You don't care. You care about you.
No, I
You're
do
the
care.
only one that you care about. You're the most selfish woman I've ever seen in my life.
No, I do care.
Who do you care about? When you look in the mirror, I care about me, and that's
no,
it.
I don't. I'm going to go in prison for something I didn't even do and sit on a mattress with no pillow.
No, they give you pillows in prison. Yeah, they give you pillows.
Oh, I heard
You
they
even
did.
get,
They give you
like a
nice
blanket.
pillows and blankets, sheets, all that stuff. You get linens in prison.
Oh.
On November 15th, 2006, Abraham Shakespeare stopped at a convenience store in Frostproof, Florida, and he bought a soda and 2 lottery tickets. A few days later, Abraham would realize that he had just won $30 million. In 2006, if a person won the lottery in Florida, their identity would be revealed to everyone. Over the next several years, Abraham would become very frustrated. He would tell his family that he wished he had never won the lottery because the people he believed were his friends just wanted his money. One of these so-called friends was a woman by the name of Dede Moore, also known as Dede. Dede had a history of attempting to start various businesses, which would all fail. She also had been arrested several times for shoplifting, check fraud, and insurance fraud. At one point, Dede defaulted on a car loan, and she was worried that her car would be repoed. Her solution to this problem was to hide the vehicle at a friend's house and then tie herself up on the side of the road. She claimed that she had been held at gunpoint while her car had been stolen. Not wanting to be involved, her friend told police that her vehicle could be found on his property. Dede's greed would eventually lead her to Abraham. After earning his trust, she became his financial advisor. Wherever Abraham went, Dede was right behind him, at least until November 9th, 2009, when Abraham went missing. When the police began their investigation, they found that not only was Dede living in his mansion, but all of Abraham's assets were signed over to her as well. Dede claimed that Abraham was tired of dealing with people asking for his money.
The raw emotion in that opening exchange hits hard. Dede's defiance against the detective's accusations sets a chilling tone. Abraham Shakespeare's story starts with a dream, a $30 million lottery win, but it quickly turned into a nightmare of greed and betrayal. As we dive into this case, notice how Dede's lies unravel from the start. Her selfishness is palpable, but what drives someone to such extremes? Let's unpack the human cost of this tragedy.
Dede's story, so they began their investigation into Abraham's disappearance. A few weeks later, a friend of Abraham's named Gregory Smith told police where they could find his body. He claimed that Dede had taken Abraham's life and buried him behind his own mansion. When the investigation began, Dede became very concerned she would be caught, so she asked Gregory if he knew of anyone that would take the fall for murder. Gregory told her he did, so Dede gave him the murder weapon, and she showed him where he could find Abraham's body. When Dede was brought in for interrogation, she begged the police for protection. She claimed that she had been threatened by a man named Ronald, and she believed that he was the murderer.
You don't ever believe
I was
me
trying to
about
do that.
that.
Thank you.
You don't ask me for you don't protect me. You won't do nothing. You don't care if I'm killed. You don't care. You don't think it's a big deal. You think I've done this. You think I took a gun and shot somebody.
Dede, look at the bright side. If you can convince me, you can convince anybody.
But you think I took a gun and shot
Am I
somebody.
right? If you can convince
Hang
me,
on.
you can convince anyone. So calm
Now, look.
down. I'm not yelling at you.
I haven't met you yet, okay, other than meeting you out in the parking lot, okay? So let's not get off to a bad start, okay? I think we got some things to talk about. Obviously, I've only been involved with the information entailing this whole thing for right at 5 days now, okay? I don't have 10 months of knowledge like Detective Wallace and Detective Clark, okay? When you're talking about 2 agencies involved with each other, we have unlimited resources. We can find out and accomplish anything we want to do as a collective agency together, okay? Now, I rely on them because this pretty much has been their investigation.
Well, I have lied to them because I have been scared of this man and they don't believe me. I asked for protection.
Okay.
They kept asking me. They knew I was keeping something from them. They knew I kept hiding something, not telling them everything because I am really scared. They don't believe me. I asked if they could give me protection and I tell them. After last night, I didn't care.
Okay.
Once I found out that he really died, I didn't care. I'd rather be dead myself. I don't care. I want him in jail.
All right. Time out. This man that you're supposedly scared of, who are we referring to? Everything. Now, hang on a minute, okay? 5 days of catching up with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of the interviews.
Uh-huh.
I saw your interview
I
from
did.
Monday night.
I do.
Okay, and I'm going to sit here right from the start and let you know, I'm not going to sit here and listen to more twists and turns. Okay, we're not going to go down different roads and paths.
I know.
Because I don't need to right now.
I
Hang
know.
on, hear me out, okay? I'm gonna sit here and listen to you, okay? And I want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to preface it by telling you, I'm not going to be led down the wrong path. I'm not going to be led astray, because I'm not going to spin my wheels and waste my time, and I'm not going to waste Polk County's time, because you know why? We don't need to. A lot of our questions have been answered now, and now it's time to lay everything out on the table and get to the bottom of it.
No.
Okay? And I have my opinion along with Detective Wallace, and we're pretty much on the same
I
page.
know. He thinks I shot the man. He thinks I took a gun.
Did you hear the part that he said we're on the same page?
Uh-huh.
Keep listening to him.
Okay.
We're on the same page. Okay, so let's just get that clear.
Okay.
All right? Like
Do
I
you think
said,
I shot the man too?
I'm not telling you what I think right now, because I don't lay out my cards like that.
Okay.
I'm willing to listen to you to a point. Okay? But when I'm done listening to some more charades, we're going to cut it off right there.
Okay.
All right? Let's not waste our time anymore. Let's not waste his time. Let's not waste my time. All right?
Okay. Well,
Because as of right now, listen to me. As of right now, I have a homicide in my county,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a body recovered, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a pretty good idea of what happened. Now it's time to lay it out. Right now.
I did not kill that man. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't
Then
pick
who
up
did?
a gun. I told him that is true. Got Ronald come and seen him and scared him so bad that he went. Is that true? Did he file a false report? Did he say that he seen Abraham? He never went up to the sheriff's department.
There's been no report from anybody that he was alive.
None. So he lied to me.
Dede, enough of the
Okay,
lies.
okay. Then he lied to me. Okay.
No one's lied to you. In fact, let me give you a hint about
Mhm.
I've been talking to him every day since this thing's been going on, and I know
Okay.
that you've approached him about things,
Okay.
and you've offered to pay him money to tell stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Look at me for a minute.
The detective is referring to the multiple times that Dede paid Gregory to help her. Gregory was paid to call Abraham's mother and pretend to be Abraham. He was also paid to tell people he had seen Abraham as well.
Look at me for a minute, okay? This is very important, okay? Let me tell you something. None of the little stories like he told you are going to fly anymore, okay? Honestly, at this point, what you need to start realizing, if you love your son like you love your son, like you tell me you do, okay?
I do.
You need to make sure he has at least one parent left on the outside.
He
Okay.
does. James
Listen
did
to me,
nothing.
listen to me. All right? It's time to start admitting what you did, honestly. No more games about Ronald. No more, listen, no, look at me. Look at me. No more, don't say another word, listen to me. No more games about Ronald. No more games about Shaky Sean. None of the stories, none of the convoluted mess, okay? I have a very good idea of what happened, okay?
Okay, you tell me. Then.
James Moore did dig that thing, okay? I know he did, all right? James Moore knows he did, okay?
Mhm.
I just spent the afternoon with James Moore, okay? I just left with James Moore,
Mhm.
all right? We know what happened. Now, it's important for you to tell the truth. If you want RJ to have his father out here with him, if you
James
want,
didn't do anything.
if you want
He
RJ,
dug the hole.
Dede's husband did dig a hole that would eventually be Abraham's grave. However, at the time he did it, he believed it was one of Dede's many landscaping projects. The detectives know that he is
Watching Dede dodge, the detective's questions is infuriating. You can feel their exhaustion as they chase her lies. Abraham's life was stolen, and his family's pain is unimaginable. His mother was even tricked into believing he was alive. This case isn't just about money, it's about trust shattered. How could someone exploit a man's kindness so ruthlessly? It's a stark reminder of how greed can destroy lives.
listen to me. Listen to me. I'm just telling you, okay? We've got off on other foots here and there, left and right sometimes. Dede, the stories you're giving don't make sense, okay? And if you can't convince me, then you're not going to convince anybody, okay? End of story. Look at me and don't hide your head. Look at me and don't hide your head. Listen to me. Listen to me. You talk way too much. Listen to me. Okay? No more of the convoluted stories about here and they were hiding in this room and they were this. Listen to me. Don't do this. That they were hiding in the room, okay? Maybe they were in the house. Maybe there was someone in the house, but they were there because you had them there. They weren't there because you were scared of them. Dede, listen to me. Listen to me, and don't make these dramatic and no. Stop. The tears and all that don't work.
Why do I want him dead? Why? Tell me.
Because they got you caught. Because
who got me caught?
You got yourself caught.
For what?
For the murder.
No, I mean, why would I have him killed? Why would I have him killed? Why would I have somebody come there and kill him?
Dede.
Why?
Dede
what?
Stole all his money.
Did not steal it. Ask Cedric.
Dede.
Cedric says I stole it.
Dede.
Cedric, the people that know.
Stole
No, I didn't. I would not
money.
kill him over
Dede.
money.
Dede, listen to me. Look at me and don't get mad. Let's have a normal conversation where I don't have to raise my voice and we don't have to go back and forth. Let's have a normal Dede to Dave conversation, okay? You stole the money, okay? I can prove it, okay?
You can prove
Dede,
it with
look
people
at me.
that tell
Dede,
you I
look
stole
at me. Look at me. I can prove it with paperwork, okay? You never paid for the house. You never paid for the assets. You drew all that paperwork up, okay? You might have had him sign it even, okay? And I don't know, I don't know the reason why. I don't know if you convinced him that everything was your name, that Centauria couldn't get it. I don't know how you convinced him to give you everything without paying for it, but you did.
Had nothing to do with it, but I did not kill that man.
Well, then explain it with a real explanation, not some convoluted this and that.
Explain
real
to us of how
explanation.
James is not involved.
And not your stories.
I told you how. He didn't know. He had no clue.
The problem with Dede's story is that after Abraham was killed, she then moves into his home and goes about her days as if nothing had ever happened. If she was truly scared for her life, then why not take the millions of dollars and run away? Throughout this interrogation, every time the detectives have brought up a good point, Dede has an answer ready to go. Let's see what happens when the detectives ask her why she continued to live in Abraham's home.
You know, you didn't live the life of somebody who was scared, Dede. Okay? Not only that, as soon as he's dead, what do? You move on into his house. As soon as
If you were
he's dead, you move into
so
his house.
scared of these individuals, why the hell would you move into this man's house and put your
Because it
15-year-old
was
son in
safe.
there?
Because it was safe, because if you can't get past that first gate.
Oh, Dede.
Give me a break.
It was.
Dede.
It was safe.
Dede.
So somebody that you're
You
scared
didn't live
of,
the life of a scared woman. Not at all. Dede.
I did not move right in. You gotta look at the date. I did not move right in.
Dede.
I was not in there and moved in. When she come up, I didn't move in until like a month later.
No, you were there. You were there.
I have
And
to
here,
look
listen
at
to
the
this.
date.
And it was funny. Here's the other funny part of this that just doesn't. Unbelievable. None of this makes sense. None of your story can make sense at all. It's just over. Just tell the truth. Don't
What
make me sit
were
here and
you
keep
saying?
going.
Something else. Go ahead, say it.
Dede, why do I need to keep going?
No, say
I've
it.
told it all. I've told it all.
Well,
I'm tired of telling.
the money part, he did that. I told you so. He wouldn't have to pay gift tax. He didn't want that.
He gave you everything he had and said, "Don't pay for me because
He
I don't
didn't-
want to pay the gift
He
tax."
doesn't want to pay
see,
the
that
gift
makes
tax
a lot of sense.
because I'm supposed to hold on to it till.
Hang on a minute, he's not coming back because we just dug him out of your property.
You knew that. You knew that from the get-go. You told the CI on the tape. Dede, you knew he was dead on April 6th.
We don't need to tell you what we did or not. We're talking about you and the fact that you got a 15-year-old child
You
that's
don't
potentially about to lose
believe me.
both parents to a prison sentence.
But you don't believe me that I didn't kill him, so lock me up and I'll prove in court I didn't kill him.
Because if you tell me the
based on a
truth,
jury.
because if you tell us the truth right now, what you tell us will depend on our forensics that we just uncovered, the scenes that we have just processed, and we will know whether or not, hang on a minute, let me finish. We will know if you are telling us the truth.
Why can't you from forensics? measure my
We
height.
want to hear it.
Measure my height and what gun and what velocity.
We want to hear it
everything.
from your mouth.
Measure it from me.
And we shall know whether or not you are spinning another bullshit story or if you are telling us the truth then. And then maybe that will rule out James, as you say he's not involved. Maybe that will rule him out, depending on what you tell us, and we're going to know from the get-go if it's bullshit or not. Okay, we have been at your property since frickin' Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
You've had 2 sheriff's offices and multiple crime scene investigators out there for a week, and we're not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to play around there some more and get exactly what we need. Do you think we're just out
Get
there
whatever
eating,
you-
barbecuing, having
Get
coffee every
whatever
morning?
you need. I didn't do it, so take me to jail.
Well, it sure as hell looks like you did.
Well, take me to jail and
Then
I'll
tell
prove
us
it
who
in
did it.
court.
Let's hear your rationale. Let's hear your reasoning.
You
Let's
don't
hear your
believe
story.
me.
No, I'll entertain your
You don't believe
story
me. My
here.
lawyer will get to the bottom of it, and he will get the truth, and it will be in court.
I told you I'll listen
Go
to
ahead
you.
and go to
I
jail.
told you I'll listen
No.
to you.
You don't believe me.
Because you haven't said the truth yet, okay? You think about this. Here's what I was gonna say a minute ago, okay? To believe your story, 2 murderous thugs killed, but they're gonna leave you, a witness, alive. They didn't care about killing.
Could still get them more money out of the banks. Look at the amounts of checks I wrote out. Look at, where did I spend
Was
all
there
that
even
money?
any money
Look at all
left?
that cash.
At that point, was there even
Yes,
any money?
plenty. And look at all that cash, and look at how many times I took cash out so they could get more money from me
Mm-hmm.
that they would come up and get.
You spent all that money.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So you're talking about when I got out $5,000 and $10,000 cash, what do I have in my house that I have spent $5,000 and $10,000? Most of that stuff I put in my house, I bought before I even got there. Look at what my Stevenson house looked like before. Look at the pictures on the internet
Stop
of
and
my.
don't yell at me. I haven't yelled at you once today.
Yes, you've been good. I won't. Sorry.
Over the past several weeks, these detectives have investigated every single one of Dede's stories. Their investigation would cover 2 different counties, and they would interview dozens of people. To say that these detectives are tired of her lies would be an understatement.
Did you not text Detective Clark and say you want to talk to him and the Hillsborough County detective over the
No,
case?
he asked me if I wanted to.
Well, it looked like the text was sent to him in that response that you wanted to talk to us. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was going to be the same thing where you didn't believe me, for there was somebody else there that
I never said I wasn't going to believe you. I'm relying on the investigation that we have done for 1 week at your
You think I took and shot a man, dragged him all the way by myself over to a hole that's clear across the way. I've seen it beside a freaking blood. I couldn't be an RN or an LPN. I went to EMT school, and because of EMT school, I realized I didn't like blood. I didn't like being around it. I worked as a CNA. I opened up my own shop so I didn't have to. And I'm going to take a body all the way over there by myself.
Dede, here's the problem. There may have been somebody else, but it's not like you're saying, okay? He was killed the night of April 6th. He wasn't buried until April 7th, okay? So you're going to tell me you see a guy get killed in front of you, in your place with your gun, then you go home with Shar, okay?
I go home with Shar.
You go home to Shar that night, and then you come back the next day to 2 guys that are still waiting for you with a dead body, okay? You don't call the police. You don't do anything, okay? None of that. You're going to...
The detectives are closing in, and Dede's excuses are crumbling. Her claim of being scared doesn't hold up. Why live in Abraham's house if you fear for your life? Legally, the AIF money trail is damning. In Florida, first-degree murder carries a life sentence without parole, and the evidence here is overwhelming. It's a gut punch to see justice delayed by her manipulations, but the truth is relentless.
The fact you come over here, okay, listen to me, okay? You come over here, we're all adults here, you want to talk, okay? You let Detective Clark know and all that. Yeah, I've never met you, okay? This is the first meeting, okay? I see, you're emotional, you're getting up and down. I just want to make sure all's on the up and up? Have you been drinking anything today or anything? I mean, do you use any type of prescriptions or narcotics or anything like that?
No.
I'm just asking. That's part of my job.
I was
Okay?
going to take a drug test.
I'm not asking you to take a drug test.
I don't do anything bad in my life. I never have done drugs, and I don't even drink and drive. And I'm getting charged with murder, something I didn't even do.
Do you see an affidavit here? Did I say anything about being charged with murder? Did I?
No.
Okay. We're talking.
I recently
Dede, you have talked, you don't realize, you think you go around, you think all these people like you and they believe you and they're your friends, okay? Let me tell you what, all these guys that you're dealing with, oh, they're your friends while you're standing there, while you're paying them money and while you're doing things for them, but the minute the police come around, guess what their line is? Fuck that white bitch. I ain't going down for her. Let me tell you exactly what happened. Here's what happened.
And that's verbatim. That's right out of their mouths.
That is exactly what happens every single time. You think all these people are going to lie to you because while you're standing there and you're giving them money to do this and that, they're going to do it. But when the rubber hits the road, honey, it don't happen. Okay? They tell the truth. And guess what? I can believe them because guess what? It pans out every single time. From the audio recordings to handing me the freaking the affidavit you wanted Cedric to sign to all this stuff.
It was a nice affidavit.
That's what he told me he had seen. He told me
Dede,
that.
no, Dede, and it's not going to fly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to help you here. You don't realize it, but I'm trying to help you.
And I didn't end up making him sign
Okay?
it.
No, because he wouldn't sign it. What do you mean making him sign it? Because he wouldn't.
Dede, in the last
Okay,
hour
right
and
now.
10 minutes that we've been sitting here talking to you,
Mhm.
I picked up on some physical cues, and they're just quite interesting because I know all these concocted stories. I've watched your interview from Monday night with Detective Carter. Clark, I'm sorry.
They're videotaped over there?
They might be.
I thought that was against the law without me
It's
knowing.
not against the law. We are law enforcement.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But I've noticed something. It's just interesting. It's when you start to kind of merge into this new concocted story or another rabbit hole, as I like to refer to. You have just this, discerned look on your face and your eyes. I mean, it's just this serious look. And then when the truth hits out of Detective Wallace's mouth from his long-term investigation, and he's putting to you poignant facts that are true, and you know they're true, your eyes just shut and your wheels are just turning in your head, and you're thinking to yourself, and you're saying, damn it, if he ain't right.
No.
Yes.
I'm thinking that the money stuff he talked about, no, you want the money to be the motive, and that's not.
No, what I'm telling you is the money is the motive. The money, Dede, listen to me. When you put it in front of a jury, the jury is going to look like...
The jury will convict me, and you will convict an innocent person.
No, we won't.
And then, you know what? Life will not exist that I know of, because I thought that we lived in society that people wanted the truth.
Don't start that crap, okay? The truth is you had something to do with it, and now it's time for you to tell the truth about what happened.
I'm telling you the
No,
truth,
you're
and you
not.
don't want to listen.
No.
You don't care. No, you don't. You don't want the truth.
Dede.
You want your side. You
Dede.
want your drama. You want
Dede.
your belief.
No.
We want drama. Do you think we like working around the clock all week, being away from our own personal lives?
Do you think I like digging up a dead man from April? Do you really think I enjoy it?
Do you think any human being deserves to be put in a shallow grave on property and then have concrete poured over it?
It's not right. He's not a piece of trash. He doesn't belong there. It wasn't right. You don't
Then
do
why
that.
did you put him there?
I didn't put him there.
Dede, you knew exactly where he was
Because
hang on a minute, because you put the piece of metal right over.
Exactly.
It was exactly where.
Because
right
Ronald
exactly
told
where.
me where it was and how he got it there.
No.
He had a guy that I called Ronald come by and pick it up.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, so the jury's going to buy all of that.
No,
but
they're not.
gonna-
I'm going to jail for something I didn't do.
And so is James Moore.
Why is James going?
I told
He
you.
dug a hole.
You're trying to threaten me with that because that is not fair.
I've got children's books that are written better than that.
Yeah.
Before Dede told the police her newest story about how Abraham was killed, She wanted to know if she told him the truth, could she keep her stuff? The detectives bring up this conversation to show Dede that her greed never ends.
It wasn't like that.
I have
lose
an innocent
everything.
man buried on my property rotting. Can I keep my stuff, by the way?
didn't know. I'm
Come on.
saying that I did not do it, and he's saying I'm going to lose everything. And why should I lose everything when I didn't kill the man?
Can I
I
keep
did not
my
kill
stuff?
that man.
I'll tell you the truth. Can I keep my stuff? But no, the money's not the motive. But no, there's a guy that I don't know his name, that I call this guy Ronald, that I was going to pay another guy to be Ronald.
That sneaks up and takes money off the back porch.
Dede, come on. This isn't the world we live in, and you know it. Nobody lives in that world. Nobody. Okay? This is not a book. This is not a made-up story. This is in real life. And
Yeah.
it's Lakeland,
In real life,
Florida,
it
and it
is-
didn't happen.
Yes, and it's real life, and this did happen. And
Real
I don't
life.
care. Real life, this did happen. Real life.
Real
I
life.
was really scared.
Real life, you're going to go to prison, James is going to go to prison, and RJ's going to be raised by somebody else.
That is not fair to James. James did not.
Then you know what?
do
You're right.
anything.
It's not fair. So tell the truth
Why
and
are
do
you-
something fair.
Why are you blackmailing
something
me?
fair.
You're telling me only if I tell you what you want to hear in the story you want to hear, then James
No,
doesn't go to
if you
jail.
tell me the
We
truth.
don't want to hear a story. We don't want to hear something that you think we want to hear. We want to hear the truth.
I
And right
told
now,
you
you are
it
mocking
was-
two detectives with this fabricated shit is what you're doing.
You're telling me there was nobody else there. You're telling me that.
No, I
it was
didn't.
not-
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, neither of us said that. What we said was, there probably was somebody there, and you know who it is, and you're not telling us.
You're not
That's what we
coming out
said.
with
I
it.
don't know their name, and I'm
Dede,
sorry.
Dede, you do know their name, you know who they were, and you arranged it. Now tell the truth. Tell the truth and save everybody a lot of grief. Let that man rest in peace.
And let's
Let
be
his mom
serious
know what
properly.
happened, and let your son have a father. Do it. It's the end of the road. It's the bottom of the barrel. It's 6 feet under a concrete slab. It's time. It's over. Don't you understand? I have laid it out, and even you can understand that. Even you can understand that. I can tell you right now, not even your family can sit on a jury and hear all the evidence against you and not put you in jail for the rest of your life for having that man killed. And you know it's true. Don't A and B and but and because. It's over. It is the truth. It's time to come to grips with the truth. That man died on April 6th because of something you did.
I did not have that man killed. There is no motive. There is no reason why.
There's
I would
plenty of
have that
motive.
man killed.
There's plenty of
I wouldn't
motive.
do that to
There's
another
over
human
$3 million
being.
worth of assets of motive.
Well, you know what? Then I'm going to go to jail for it and put an innocent victim in jail. You can put me in jail.
There's
Go
only one
ahead,
victim.
Because that is not fair.
There's
I
only
didn't
one
kill
victim.
that man.
There's one.
Well, you know what? Then go ahead and lock me up because I didn't kill him. And if a jury sends me, then there's no justice in this world.
So you'd be willing to, you're saying to put you in jail, you'd be willing to take that ride and go to jail and not
Because I can't give you the
disclose.
person's name. I can't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Who do you want it to be? Who
Right,
do you
we
that
want it to
person?
be the right person.
Tell me who
the
it is.
truth.
Tell the truth. For once in this whole story, please
I
tell
really
the truth.
don't know their name.
Dede, that's not the
It is
truth.
not, I didn't hire them. It's not some big conspiracy
Yes,
that I
it is.
hired this gentleman to do this. That's
In fact,
crazy.
I think-
Well, there's been a lot of conspiracy after the fact.
Yes, because I was
Mhm.
scared, because
Yes.
I knew I would
Yes.
be implicated, because I knew I'd go to prison for something I didn't do.
They even left you the gun.
Why would you think you
They
were
even
going
let
to prison
you
if you were
fucking
totally
go.
innocent?
Because the money, because of everything that did before he left, because of all of that. Look, it's all a money trail, and that's what everybody looks at.
No,
They just look
and
at the money
we're
trail.
gonna take this circle right back to the beginning and go to the simple word of greed. That's exactly what kept this conspiracy going.
No.
Yes, it
It
is.
was not.
Yes,
greed.
it is.
I
Had
invested
you
in a
been
paintball field.
scared,
I had invested in a
hush a
paintball
minute
field
and
so he
listen
could
to
get
me.
money from
Had
it.
you been scared, had you any heart left, you would have picked up the phone and called the cops.
I wouldn't kill him.
It
I
doesn't
didn't
take much
have
to point
hire.
a gun and
I'm
pull
not
a
going to
trigger.
admit to something you want me to admit to. You can send an innocent person to jail, because that's what you're going to do. And
No,
if you can
I
live
don't
with
send
that,
innocent
well,
people
you
to
do,
jail.
you're going to. because this
No,
time
I
you're
don't
going
feel
to.
that I am
Look
sending
at how
a
many,
person
look
to
at how many
jail.
people have been innocently done before DNA come up.
Mhm.
With
Oh,
DNA
God.
testing, look at all the people that have got innocently put in jail.
Mhm.
I did not do it over
Let me
money.
tell you what,
This
none of
isn't
them
an
had a dead
issue
body
of-
on their yard.
This isn't an issue of DNA. This is a human being that rotted 6 feet under the ground on your
And I
property,
can't believe
where you
Charlie
showed
back
Greg
then.
where he is buried. That is what we have. Let's not even think about DNA right now.
This is not Dee Dee's first time in an interrogation room, and she most likely knows that the smartest thing she can do is stop talking and ask for a lawyer. Unfortunately for her, her narcissistic personality leads her to believe that somehow she can manipulate the police and get away with murder. Even though all of her stories have been proven false, her pride won't let her admit defeat.
You knew on November 10th or 11th, when I had you down to that office, it was going to leave the dead body on your property underneath your slab. You knew it, and you did everything you could, A, to try and make it look like he was alive and somewhere else, and then B, to try and make it look like somebody else did it. You were freaking going to pay a man to say he killed him. You were going to pay an undercover officer $50,000 to say that he killed that man. You were going to have you were going to have Greg turn around and dig up the man's rotted body. You gave Greg the gun.
Then you left that trailer with supplies
So-
for a rotting corpse.
So that he could have a proper burial, because once I found out.
Dee Dee's attempts to pin this on a mysterious Ronald are desperate. It's sickening to hear her deflect while Abraham's body was hidden under her property. The detective's frustration mirrors ours. How can someone lie so brazenly? Her son's future hangs in the balance, yet she clings to her story. This case shows how far denial can take someone, even when the evidence screams guilt.
The detectives realize that Dee Dee does not like the idea of her husband being charged with murder, so they're about to make a phone call in front of her. The call is meant to convince Dee Dee that her husband is about to be arrested because she doesn't stop lying.
Well, since you want to say I killed him, I mean, you know, that's what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
then just arrest me, because you're going to be arresting a innocent
Let's do
person.
something first. Hang on.
I did not kill
Do something first.
what?
Let me go. Hey, yeah. Go on over the houses on Forbes Road and go ahead and
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
it's the dude that looks like James Moore.
Okay,
Go ahead
I'll
and get-
talk. Don't.
Go ahead and
Don't.
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Are you gonna talk or not?
Yes.
All right, hold off. But I want
Just
you.
to have a position on Jerry Smith.
I want you there off of Jerry Smith and Trapnell and wait for my next call.
Do you think we're frickin' playing games with you, Dee
What do
Dee?
you want me to say to not hang
No,
up?
don't. The truth. Don't play this frickin' game anymore. You look me straight in the eye and decide your fate right here, right now. Because I got no qualms with locking up your husband with your ass and putting your son in protective custody until we can sort out who can be his guardian. Do you understand me?
Yes.
I am not playing any more frickin' games with you, Dee Dee.
I did not have that man hired to kill. If you want me to say I hired him, then say I hired him.
I don't want
Whatever
you to
want.
say,
But he came there and
look
he
at me,
hurt him.
shh, a minute. I don't want you to say anything that you think I want you to say. I want the truth, and I will know the truth when I hear it from your mouth based on what I already found out this week. 1 week is what I have spent backfilling and backfeeding on all the 10 months of intense investigation that man and his partners have done.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a murder. I am not talking about a money trail right now. I am talking about the murder of.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the truth about what happened to and who was involved with you before we go to your ex-husband's house and lock his ass up. And RJ is there right now. Do you think I'm playing games?
No, I don't. But
Sit
that's
back
not
and talk
fair.
to me.
That's not fair.
It is fair. It's reality. It's called solving crimes, Dee Dee. It is law enforcement.
I really don't know the guy's name. I really
I don't believe that for 1 second.
I would not ever shoot another human being. That is really sick. Very sick. Very, very sick.
A valuable witness
the truth out?
Nah.
Okay.
A valuable witness.
That's it, I'm done.
Sit down. Sit down.
Sit
Sit
down.
down now.
That's
That's it, I'm done.
blackmail.
I'm
That's
done.
blackmail.
No, it's
That's
not.
Why can't I
Okay.
go to jail and take the charges? Why can't I take
It's
the
going right
charges?
now.
Just say I did it.
It's going right now.
No, just say I did it.
James is going first.
What am I supposed to do? Lie to you? That's not fair.
Yeah, you've been lying.
You're blackmailing me to lie to you so this man doesn't get arrested.
Define how this is blackmail. It's called
Because
investigation.
you want me to
If
say
we have
something
probable
that's not
cause, then we're
true.
going to affect probable cause.
You're wanting me to say something that is not true. You're wanting me to say I did it, I concocted it, I hired this man and everything. You're wanting me to
Your
say
reliability and
You're
accountability of speaking the truth is all shot to hell.
Okay, well that's fine, but I'm not gonna sit there and lie
Sit back.
about stuff I didn't do.
Detectives are not allowed to threaten a suspect if the threats include illegal actions. For example, they can't threat physical harm or do things like deny them food or water. However, they are allowed to make legal threats, like charging a family member if they suspect they are involved in a crime.
So you're telling me that James couldn't pass a polygraph to say he didn't have any
Polygraphs
food?
are inadmissible in court.
Well,
Yeah.
he never would do anything wrong in his life. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to take the charge and go ahead and say I murdered him so that he doesn't get charged?
I want the truth from you for the first time since November 10th.
I told you the truth. I don't
No, you
know
haven't.
the guy. He
No,
came
you-
in and he...
No, you haven't! You have not! Quit yelling at me. I've been nice to you the whole time.
You want me to tell you a lie. So you tell me what lie you want me to tell you, and then James can stay there, because that's not fair to him. He did not know anything. He is innocent in all of this, and so you're going to put an
But
innocent man in
you
jail.
are not. You are not.
You want me to
You
admit that I
are not.
forcefully, I paid some crazy man to kill, and that is not true. I wouldn't pay for a man to get
What
killed
is the
over
truth?
f***ing money.
What is the truth?
So you killed him yourself.
I wouldn't kill a man over that. So I'm going to take by myself and take a body out of the house
Not that hard.
and shoot him and handle all of that emotionally, and then handle emotionally disposing of it by myself.
Yeah.
You've
People
done
do it
pretty
every
well.
day.
Dede was allowed to go home after this interrogation, but the next day, after she had time to think up an explanation to all the evidence, Dede asked if she could be interviewed again. In the end, the detectives were once again able to discredit her new narrative, and they called her out for all her lies.
You don't care. You care about you.
No, I
You are
do
the
care.
only one that you care about. You're the most selfish woman I've ever seen in my life.
No, I do care.
Who do you care about?
I
When you
care
look in
about
the mirror,
myself.
I care about me, and that's
No, I
it.
don't. I'm going to go in prison for something I didn't even do and sit on a mattress with no pillow.
No,
With
they
no
give you
pillow.
pillows in
No, you get a
prison.
pillow.
Yeah, they give you pillows.
Oh, I heard
You
they
even
did.
get, yeah, you even
They give you
get like
nice
a blanket.
pillows in prison, blankets, sheets, all this stuff. You get
Oh.
linens in prison.
Oh.
Yeah. 3 meals
They're
a
not,
day.
I don't think they're
Oh,
300
it's just
count.
jail? That
No,
you
in
don't-
jail you have pillows too.
Everybody told me you didn't get a pillow.
Falkenberg has great pillows. Orient Road has great pillows.
Oh, they told me you
In
didn't
fact,
get
the
pillows.
laundry room's right over here. You
Oh.
can, yeah, I see it every morning when I come into
Oh.
work. They're out there cleaning the sheets and drying. Oh
You
yeah.
can get a
it's
job
all-
too.
it's all
They can give you a work while you're there. You can clean,
Yeah.
you can wash, or you can cook. I mean, do that for the rest of your life.
That's fine. I guess I'm going to have to. I don't have a
Do you know
choice.
how to
I'm
cook?
trained.
I mean, do you have like culinary skills and stuff?
You're free.
Yeah, I know how to cook.
Can you cook for
That
3,000?
could be valuable over there.
Yeah. I can do that.
Maybe you can do that. You can like stir the beans and put together bologna sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different trustee positions at different state prisons around
Look on
the
the
state.
bright side of it. You got to blow through $1 million. A lot of people will never get to do that.
Yeah.
At least you got to do that before you end your life ended.
Yeah, but I'm going to go to prison and I'll have to fight my way out. I know.
You'll never get out. You're never getting out.
Why?
It's done.
Once you get sentenced to a prison sentence,
I thought
you gotta...
life in prison was 25 years.
Oh, no.
No. Life in prison means like the rest of your life.
Natural born
If
life.
you were getting 25 years and the judge say, oh, 25-year sentence, 35-year sentence, 50-year sentence, life in prison means when you go in, you don't come out.
Yeah.
Kind of like what is that Roach Motel thing? Roaches go in, they don't come out. You know, kind
You're
of.
the roach.
Yeah, you'd be the roach. You go in, you wouldn't come out. That's life. That's life in prison.
Man, I don't know what you're thinking.
But don't forget they have pillows, blankets, sheets. You don't have to worry about that.
And shower shoes. You get
Shower
those orange
shoes,
plastic
yeah.
shower shoes.
They even have hot water. They have hot water.
You get to shower with other people. You know.
It won't be like that shower that's in, you know, that red brick on that nicely renovated bathroom. It won't be like that. It's, you know, big open room, tile, bunch of shower heads popping out. Yeah, that kind of thing.
That's not fair when I didn't kill anybody.
But you don't seem to want to tell us the truth.
I mean, what do you want us to do? Say, all right, you know, you're right, Dede. Gee, that's not fair. I mean, we got everything pointed to Dede Moore, so hey, all right, not fair.
Hey, but she
we'll go
told
tell
us
the
it
judge
was.
it ain't fair.
She told me it's not fair, and she didn't do it. So, Your Honor, I think
That may hold
Reason
some
enough.
credence.
And I tried to name all the people's
Reason.
names that could have had somebody sent there to do it, and you wouldn't look any of them
that
up.
could have. Somebody could have done this. Somebody could. Of course, I was standing there and I buried the damn body, and I'm part of it. But I'm like,
And then I even
Didn't
showed
do
right
that.
where it is, underneath the little piece of metal, and whispered
Didn't
away.
do that.
Here's the gun that he was killed
It
with.
didn't do
Here's
that.
the body.
But I'm not gonna say who it was. But there's a ton of people that it could be.
I didn't do that.
Hell, it could be somebody that we don't even know about. It could be anyone. I might have passed the guy this morning on the way here.
Because 60's a real busy thoroughfare between your county.
I might have seen him last time I went to dinner at Barnacles. The guy might have been there. There's a lot of people I saw. Don't worry about it. I think we're done today. You ready to go?
Yeah, don't stress yourself out too much.
Just anticipate it.
I know, just tell me when you want me to be here.
I told you, I think it's good.
No, because you want a big show. You're only doing that to show off. You want the media there. You want the pictures.
No.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'll bet you money you'll have
Hey.
cameras lined up for me to walk into the jail.
You drove that truck, right?
I have never hurt that man. He knows everyone knows I would never hurt that man in any way.
Did you murder Abraham Shakespeare?
Absolutely not. And I
Even
won't do that.
you indicated you know who pulled the trigger.
I have given all the information to the sheriff's department. With the situation and how it went down, I wouldn't believe myself. I would say, lock her up. I would. But there's always two sides to every story. There's always more to any situation. God up above knows I didn't shoot that man, and that is the only person I have to answer to.
Dede was charged with first-degree murder. Throughout the trial, Dede made sure that she was the center of attention. She cried as loud as she could, and she was always reacting to the evidence. She even made threats to witnesses and was thrown out of the courtroom. Dede was found guilty, and she received life in prison without the possibility of parole. Thank you for watching this video.
Dede's conviction feels like justice, but it's bittersweet. Abraham's life was worth more than the millions she chased. His story reminds us how greed can corrupt, leaving families broken. As we reflect, let's honor Abraham by learning from this tragedy. Cherish those who matter, and beware of those who see dollar signs over humanity. Share your thoughts below. This case hits deep,